Hello, everybody. I am here with my awesome client, Heather, and I am going to be asking Heather to share some of her information about the program and just to share some words of advice with everybody who's thinking of improving their health. So, Heather, to start, before working with me, what programs or approaches had you tried before, and why weren't they really working?
Well, when I first started, I was really focused on my physical health. And I wanted to get into like the best shape I've ever been in and feel the best I've ever felt. And I had signed up for, I forgot the name of the program, but it was a workout program and also dealt with nutrition. And the nutritional stuff they were having me do, I was doing like low carb, low, yeah, it was like a low carb diet, and it wasn't working with me. And I had low energy, and I wasn't losing any weight, and it was affecting my moods. So I reached out to you for help with that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was through one of your friends, right? One of your friends recommended me, or an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Yeah, word of mouth. How fast did you see a change in your health once you started the program with me?
Once I made some of the recommendations, food recommendations that you had advised, I, I, I saw results rather quickly, like I would say 1 to 2 months. And my energy level had changed, and there was a variety of other things that had changed since I had made those changes.
Awesome. That was many months ago. We're on our 15th month, so almost 1.5 years, which is wild how time flies by. Let's see, what were some of the struggles that you've overcome in the past year or so, and how have you been able to still make progress?
Um, well, I am one to get down on myself really easily, and I feel like I made good progress. I lost weight. Um, my emotional status, so to speak, was very much improved. But then I kind of like backslided some, and now I've gained some weight, and that could have been because of quarantine. It didn't help matters at all. And I had other exercise issues, so my dog got her. She's having back problems, so I can't take her on walks anymore. Um, and then that kind of let those things fall, and then the eating fell. Um, but the program has really done a lot for me in a positive way that has made a difference, and that's what has kept me. Which I'm going to renew my services with you, um, and I think the thing that's big is that when my health started to fail and I started to get down on myself, I realized that you had this whole other area that you offered. So of wellness, so emotional wellness and occupational wellness. And I just really started to tap into that with you. And that has made a huge difference, like huge difference. I was trying to make a life-changing decision, and I just sat down with you one time and I knew exactly what to do, and then like I'm saying, like the next day I had my answer. It was it was amazing.
I remember that. I remember getting an email from you the next, and you're like, I figured it out. And, the wheel of wellness, what you're talking about, where it's like, it is physical health, but for anybody watching this who doesn't know, it's also what Heather is saying, like emotional health, mental health, occupational health, sexual health, financial health, social health, right? All these different areas. And yeah, you went through it. You did the exercise and you made your priority list. And there's this beautiful email from you. You're like, I figured it out. And yeah, that was really awesome. And then since then, we've been focusing on other areas like financial health or spiritual health or these other things, which has been cool to do.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's my favorite part. I think
Yeah,
it's my favorite part.
cool. That's actually one of the questions that I wanted to ask you. Like, what is your favorite part about the program?
The wellness, the different aspects of wellness. That's just been amazing, and the book recommendations. Um, you recommended Think and Grow Rich, and I like listened to it right away, and it was amazing. And I'm doing stuff in that book that I feel like is actually starting to show itself from the work I've done. Like I think we met like I think I started that like a couple months ago, 3 months ago, and I'm starting to see like, oh, this is really having an effect, a positive effect. It's working. Like it's crazy. It works.
It works. It works when you work, and that's really a huge testament to you. And like you were saying, having some moments of downsliding, and that's why it is helpful to think of like the whole wheel of wellness, because sometimes some parts are out of balance and other parts can be strengthened, but you keep showing up, which I think for anybody watching this, like knowing that you really can make things work if you keep showing up, like no matter what issues come up, like you never disappeared. You know what I mean? Like you're still committed to it. You're still doing the work, and you're seeing the results, which is really awesome. I'm super proud of you. I love working with you. Let's see. So you also did the functional blood chemistry analysis. You've done the FBCA twice. Can you maybe just briefly explain what that is for people who don't know and how that's helped your health journey?
Well, I feel, I don't know, a good way to describe it is the testing is basically like a raw data for what's going on inside your body. And something that really, well, it informed the decisions on what my supplements were. And by the way, I was very hesitant to get supplements for the longest time, and I was like, I don't have money. But then I realized it's really important. Some of the supplements that I'm on, like, really important for my health. So I buckled down and made those changes. And you worked really well with me on, I was like, wait, that's way too expensive. Like, I cannot afford that. And you're like, okay, well, let's take them down to like these main ones and we'll see how it works. And it worked. So, but I think the biggest thing with the functional blood test was my iron levels. You had me go and check with the doctor about what was going on there, and the doctors were saying that it came in their regular ranges. I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Ranges. But they also said that what could have been causing it is my diet. So I had changed my iron. I had changed how much red meat I was eating, and I believe that's made a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we got to do your second FBCA, we saw a lot of things improve, which was cool to see, you know, all of your hard work and your supplements and your dedication. Like we could see the changes literally in your blood, which was nice. Yeah. You were talking about the FBCA and like meeting you where you were at. And I just think that it's like super awesome because there has been a couple of points in the past 14 months where you weren't taking your supplements, right? And you noticed a difference. So it wasn't like it was just imaginary. You were like, oh, this like omega fish oils are really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed a huge difference when I stopped taking them. You were like, I didn't realize that it was me not taking the supplements that were kind of causing part of my issues until you were like, well, what supplements are you taking? Well, I've like stopped taking most of them. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is important. I better start taking them again.
It's totally natural, especially, I mean, we've almost been together for like 15 months now. So it's totally natural sometimes to be like, I'm going to stop taking everything, but it's also more motivating because then you can see like, oh, this really actually is working. Um, let's see, I guess along similar lines of that, for people who are thinking of joining the program, but maybe afraid of fear of failure or it being too much work or they don't have enough time for the program, what would you say to them?
My advice is be easy on yourself, first of all, because like I said before, I backslided with my weight and my health, but there have been other areas where I have stepped up and improved on. And I feel like since I've improved on those areas, it's given me the motivation to step up again with my physical health and start exercising again. And you had just mentioned that a part of my um, program was doing the fitness thing for a month, and I'm going to try that. I'm pretty excited to try that again. And I think that's going to help me, like, lift me off from this space that I'm at now.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to happen. There's black sliding. It's just got to be easy on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you could give anyone advice who was considering joining the program but nervous about spending the money on themselves, what would you say to them?
Okay, so I was probably the biggest example about nervousness of spending money ever. I don't know how many times I came back. I can't do this. I can't do this. But it has greatly benefited me. And I think what's benefited me the most is like as I've gone on this year, there have been things that have came up in my health, and I'm like, oh, I can ask Carrie for help. Maybe I can change nutrition, or I can start a supplement that'll help me with this. And so the most recent one was my diagnosis of periodontal disease. And I was like, oh, I bet there's like some natural ways or some different things I can do that my dentist hasn't told me about. And I would not have been able to figure that information out on my own. Like, there's no way. And like, you have been an open, I don't want to say it, not an open book's not what I'm looking for, but a wealth of information. Like, no matter anything health, like I come up with anything and I come to you and you're like, oh yeah, I got this. And then you come back with like these recommendations, and it's been really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet to hear. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to be working with you and to continue the journey forward. It's just going onwards and upwards from here. So is there anything else that you'd like to share about your experience or recommendation for others?
No, I think I covered it.
I think you did too. Awesome. Well, have a beautiful rest of your day and talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.